Welcome to Dick Iyer Gymnasium here at Bishop Hartley High School. Tonight, it is OHSAA girls basketball tournament action as the number 2 seeded Lady Hawks of Bishop Hartley take on the number 7 seed, the Lady Panthers of Licking Valley. I'm Bob McElligott along with Seth Donohoe here tonight. And Seth, this should be a good matchup here this evening. They've obviously both won one game in the tournament so far in this it's sudden death now, right? I mean, you lose, you go home.
Well, it's been sudden death ever since the playoffs started, but you are correct. Bishop Hartley's last game, they were able to defeat number 16 Utica by a score of 86-26. Ella Brandewie was just phenomenal in that game. And Licking Valley, their last win was a 42-28 victory over number 12 Buckeye Valley. So, one step closer to the state championship, and each week these games get more and more important.
Yeah, when they say one game at a time, that certainly holds true once you get to the tournament. There's
Absolutely.
No doubt about that. All right, let's take a look at these two teams. Let's start with Licking Valley and the Lady Panthers. This is a team that they are a small team, and they are going to try to utilize their speed and their quickness tonight.
Yeah, they have a 12-person roster. 2 of them are out with injuries tonight, Alicia Graham and Katie Slater. And Katie Slater is actually one of their forwards. So on their roster, they have 1 forward and 1 center, which means 8 guards. So we talked with Coach Donald Dennis for Bishop Hartley earlier and said that they like to play 5 guards. So that'll be somewhat of a challenge, if you will, for the likes of Ella Brandewie and Cammie Quartercracks as their post girls for Bishop Hartley.
Yeah, absolutely. They are going to have a lot of responsibility tonight, and especially Ella Brandewie. As we talk about her, she had 20 points in that victory over Utica. She got them all in the first half. The great thing about that game is everybody got in. Everybody on the roster got at least 1 point in that game that night. So she got to take a break in the second half, but Ella is going to be very important. I think that 20 points really could be a big confidence boost for her coming into tonight.
Well, like we saw in the last game against Utica, she started out the game by missing 3 layups in a row, and I don't think she missed a layup after that. And those missed layups can kind of get you upset a little bit, but she didn't get frustrated with herself. She was able to turn that around and convert on every basket after that. And with Licking Valley playing 5 guards, she should have a fair advantage here tonight, too, to be able to do the same thing.
Yeah, the one thing it's easy to forget about Ella, she's only a sophomore.
I know.
She is a young player because of her size and because of how dominant she can be in the paint. I think you kind of forget that how young that she is and that she's really just getting going. She's an exceptional volleyball player. And when it comes to basketball, she's trying to get to being an exceptional player. So, sometimes she puts more pressure on herself, I think, because she wants to get better. Coach Dennis told me before the game when it came to her that, she's starting to realize now the things that she has to do to really become dominant on the basketball court like she does on the volleyball court. So that's great news for Bishop Hartley, not only tonight, not only in this tournament, for the next 2 years.
Well, absolutely. Like you just said, she is only a sophomore. So she's going through all these learning curves now. She's a starter as a sophomore for this varsity team. And from here on out, it's just all experience, especially your freshman and sophomore year. You can use all the experience that you gain playing at the varsity level. And when you become a junior and senior, other players look up to you, and you become that leader that you're looking up to others right now.
Yeah, that's a great point. Cammie Quartercracks is a senior, so there is your leadership there. She's the vocal leader of this team. She leads by the way she plays. She leads by the way that she talks. And to have that kind of an example, I think that's going to be really big for these underclassmen, all of them, as they move ahead after this year's over.
Yeah, there's only 3 seniors here for this Bishop Hartley team. Shania Davis, who plays good minutes coming off the bench. Melena Williams, who is really resilient on the defensive side of the ball. And as you said, Cammie Quartercracks, who is one of their star players, if you will. But they are young. They're not losing too many people whenever the next season starts. But all we're worried about is today in this game right now.
And about to tip off, and Brandewie easily wins the jump ball, and here comes Quartercracks right up and in.
Did not waste any time getting those 2 points.
And I don't think you can waste time. And you're on your home court. You want to set the tone. That's a great way to do it. Now let's see if Licking Valley can answer that just as quickly. Kylie White getting it underneath. That one is not in, but the offensive rebound was pulled down initially. Quarter cracks back quickly, and this will be a traveling violation. She got going too quickly, actually.
Yeah, good job by, I believe that was Kaylee Sayadovich, who was able to step in front of her. Took a nice long Euro step, but a little bit too slow as the ref gave them the turnover.
Licking Valley kicking on the left side, now back to the top of the key. Kylie White being guarded by Lexi Cashwell. Hands it off, Alexa Thomas. Get it underneath, and the reverse layup won't go. Thomas's shot won't go either. And it's Hartley that has a chance to break it out down the floor. McElligott, that shot off the mark. The rebound there, Brandaway, and she puts it up and in.
And that's where she's going to get a lot of her points tonight. If she has that size advantage, on if she can get some of those offensive rebounds, those second chance points will really benefit the Hawks.
Brandaway went up early there, stopped the shooter, didn't block the shot, but she threw the shooter off, and now Cashwell brings it back the other way. Spin move from the foul line, and that's it.
Beautiful spin move, able to get the defender on her hip and was able to get the nice layup.
So quick timeout called by Dwayne Wood, the head coach of the Lady Panthers of Licking Valley. So Hartley getting this game started exactly the way that they wanted to. A minute and 32 seconds in, they've got the 6 points.
And one thing to notice is they started off the same way in last week's game against Utica as well. They would get those defensive rebounds and they would throw the ball up the court and get those quick transition points.
So again, they've got the size advantage tonight, like they did against Utica, and they are trying to utilize that. Kaylee Sayadovich will do the inbounding for Licking Valley. Bella Parker is now checked into the game for Kiki McElligott. Up the floor, White on the left side, shot for three. That is good. Draining that one was Tori Mooney.
That was a great looking shot by Mooney. Can't afford to leave shooters wide open, though, if you're Bishop Hartley.
So that lead immediately cut in half, and then Brandaway gets a chance to put one up. Doesn't go, but quarter cracks following. Trying to get that rebound again, cannot, and Licking Valley stepped on the baseline there. Turnover. McElligott is back in the game as quarter cracks checks out. Brandaway will do the inbounding. Williams. That shot off the rim and no good. Alexa Thomas quickly hands it off to Kylie White. White looking it over. Trying to drive down that far sideline, and stepping on the line was Thomas.
Good defense there by Lexi Cashwell. Also played a superb defensive game their last outing against Utica, and look for them to continue that as well.
Williams. That trap going on around her, and Cashwell has it go off her fingertips and out of bounds. Quarter cracks will check back in. When Cashwell was to come off and go to the bench, she didn't realize that.
Looks like she didn't want to.
No. Well, she just made a mistake. She wanted the chance to make up for it.
Right.
Bella Parker on the turnover. McElligott down low, and she gets fouled, and that foul is going to be on Kylie White. So shooting foul here, and Kiki goes to the free throw line. She'll try to add to this 3-point lead. That first one no good. So she gets one of two. 7-3 lead for Hartley. Thomas slows down at the timeline. White inside the foul line with that jumper, no good, and then it's knocked out of play by Licking Valley.
Good job there by the Panthers, able to break that press. One of the things that you got to do is pass the ball around. create open lanes, and that's what they did right there. Just couldn't get the shot to fall.
Hartley trying to beat the press once again. They do. Quarter cracks up the right wing. Almost lost the ball. Throws it across the court. Nice catch by Bella Parker. Milena Williams wants to get it inside. Quarter cracks. Gets fouled, and she'll go to the line. Sajadovic with the foul.
Give it to number 42, Candy Sajadovic. Candy Quarter Cracks at the line.
So Quarter cracks ready to shoot 2 here. Nothing but net on the first one. Carly Redfern comes into the game for Tori Mooney for the Lady Panthers. Quarter cracks hits both. Makes it a 9-3 game in favor of Bishop Hartley. Sajadovic back up the floor, and Quarter cracks breaks that up, knocks it out of bounds. Pass was intended for Carly Redfern, and she will now do the inbounding.
And Cammie Quarter cracks just does it all, doesn't she? On the defensive end, the offensive end, she just plays all over the court. What a hustler.
Bounce pass inside. Sajadovic trying to go up and could not. And a traveling violation. She went to put the shot up, and Brandaway was right there in her way, and she shifted her feet.
Yeah, it turned around, and I don't think that she was ready for Brandaway to be there, but.
Nice lob pass ahead for Quarter cracks. Tried to get it to Bella Parker. It's off the mark.
Yeah, it just looked a little out of control on that one. I know that you guys want to, push the ball down the floor for a quick transition offense as Bella Parker gets a steal.
She had it, she lost it, and this is going to be a turnover as Licking Valley was out of bounds.
But what I said, you got to be more under control when you're bringing that ball down the floor. She just got into the lane, and there was 2 defenders right there around her, and ended up making a bad pass. So just got to be careful with the ball, especially here in tournament time.
McElligott, top of the key. Puts it on the floor into Cashwell. Kicked it out to Williams. Tried to make one pass too many, perhaps. And this is going to be Licking Valley ball.
And with Licking Valley playing 5 guards, expect them to continuously play high intense defense and try and cause turnovers.
6-point game here. 9-3 in favor of Hartley. Thomas, left side. Redfern, back to Thomas. She almost lost a handle on it. Now driving into the lane, and there is a foul. And this is on Milena Williams. It was prior to the shot.
She did a good job of keeping the defender in front of her. I thought they were going to get Cashwell for reaching in, but looks like Williams was impeding her movement.
White doing the inbounding. Alexa Thomas lost her footing. Good recovery there by Emily Redfern. Carly Redfern now driving to the right side. See Hartley in this 2-3 defense right now. Brandaway in the middle of that. Little jump shot off the back of the rim. But Thomas gets it back, and she will get that one to fall.
She was able to get that. Sajadovic just did a good job screening the defender to give her the wide open lane.
Well, open shot there for Cashwell. Couldn't bury it, and now it's Quarter cracks who powers her way to the basket.
Good, strong finish. And good job not giving up on the play, staying down there, getting those offensive rebounds as Ella Brandaway was trying to take it from her hands, but they were able to get the points out of it.
There's a shot from the right side, off the side of the rim. Brandaway couldn't handle the rebound. Thomas brings it down. Shot from inside the arc for 2. That is no good. And Ella will get it, and her pass is too tall for Kiki McElligott.
Looks like she panicked just a little bit as those two guards were closing in quick. Just kind of turned and threw it, but McElligott isn't quite as tall as Brandewie is.
Kylie White taking a look. Now she wants to drive it in herself. Brandewie's right there, so is Cashwell. She lost the handle on the ball as it goes out of bounds. She did a lot of work. She covered a lot of ground there and had nothing to show for it.
Number 30, Sophia Crabtree.
Sophia Crabtree comes into the game for Carly Redfern. Cassie Orr is also going to check in for Kaylee Suadovich.
Also reports in for Lincoln Valley.
Quarter cracks to Cashwell. Cammie still not across that timeline. Finds Cashwell on the left side. Kick it to Parker. Her shot got blocked. And Licking Valley will come back the other way. Thought they were going to do it a lot more quickly than that. They did too. But that defense slowed them down.
Yeah, good job getting back in transition. Don't want to give up any easy points.
Kylie White. Nice move to cut to her right. Puts it up off the rim. No good. And Brandewee pulls down the rebound.
That was almost a great finish there by Kylie White over the taller Brandewee.
Kiki McElrath buries the three.
Cannot afford to leave shooters wide open as McElrath made him pay for that one.
9-point lead now. Cashwell playing the defense there. Nice job by Thomas to spin away from a charging McElrath. Brandewee pulls it down, and now Cashwell carries the ball. Kicks it over to Bella Parker. She'll shoot for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, Quarter Cracks will control. Cammie puts it up one-handed, and that one's no good. The rebound this time pulled down by Emily Redford.
And there were four defenders right down there around that block as Quarter Cracks was able to split two of them. You got to be able to know that if there's that many defenders around you, that somebody else has to be open and maybe look for a higher percentage shot.
There's a battle for the ball, literally a battle for the ball, and a jump ball is called.
But you love to see it if you're both coaches. You love to see them getting on the floor, going after those loose balls. As sometimes that can change the game around.
Morgan Donnelly comes into the game. Melena Williams is back in too. Lexi Cashwell and Cammie Quarter Cracks are out for Hartley. Inbounding is Kylie White, and it's stolen by Bella Parker. Parker off to the races, puts it up and in. Great anticipation on that jump.
Absolutely, took the words right out of my mouth.
Riley Thomas tries to bounce it underneath. This one might be another jump ball. No, nobody's got possession. Now Licking Valley does. Shot for three, and that is good. That was a great recovery. Turned in by Kylie White.
A couple of three-pointers falling here for Licking Valley in the first quarter, and a couple of these girls got beautiful shots.
Yeah, they do. Both teams starting to find it a little bit right now. Bella Parker got forced back out toward midcourt. And as time expires, Hartley misses that last shot of the quarter, but they put a lot of them in during the quarter. And they have doubled up Licking Valley here in the first. At the end of one, it is Bishop Hartley 16 and Licking Valley 8. Second quarter coming your way next. This is girls high school basketball tournament action on the Score on Air Network.
Have you always dreamed about a career in sports broadcasting but aren't sure where to begin? Well, if so, then look no further than the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. Whether in front of the camera, on the microphone, or behind the scenes, you'll learn from a pro to be a pro in the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. You'll get hands-on training and live in-the-field experience at some of Ohio's biggest sporting events. You'll be the star of your very own webcast, and you'll get the opportunity to interview some of Ohio's biggest athletes. Call us today at 614-655-5250 or visit our website at beonair.com.
Do you have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. At Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
Back here at Dick Geyer Gymnasium for today's contest of OHSAA girls basketball between Bishop Hartley and Licking Valley. And if you're enjoying this broadcast and would like to learn how it's done behind the scenes, check out the Ohio Media School located in Columbus. If you're interested in radio production, TV broadcasting, or digital media, the Ohio Media School is the choice for you. Visit Ohio Media School at beonair.com/Columbus. You can also find the Ohio Media School on all your favorite social media. Ohio Media School, we change lives.
Well, the team's up and down the floor with nobody getting points. Now Brandewe's going to go to the line. She just got fouled by Sophia Crabtree.
It's on number 30, Sophia Crabtree. That's her first team. Brandaway at the line, shooting.
So there are 3 team fouls now on Licking Valley as Brandaway is at the line for the first time tonight. Hits that first one. And she hits them both. That's clutch. I mean, there's nothing decided in this game at this point in time. Every time you get a chance for free points, you got to take advantage of that.
And Brandaway did right there.
Now is Licking Valley trying to answer with a 3-ball, and that is good. And that one was taken by Carly Redford. Brandaway on the counter. Gets her own rebound. Missed the shot the second time. And back the other way. You talk about playing a full game from one end to the other. Brandaway blocks that shot, and corner cracks, takes the feed from Parker to finish.
Great look by Bella Parker. She knew her teammate and Cammie was going to be there on the other side. Waited till the final second to draw that defender over to her side and give Cammie Quartercracks the wide open lane.
Wow, Quartercracks had her hand on that ball, and Cassie Orr still was able to grab hold of it and get the basket. Bella Parker tries to answer with a quick 3. That's no good. Quartercracks gets the rebound. Fires it to Milena Williams inside the foul line. Little jumper for 2. Milena picks up her first points of this game. 22-13 now. Now here's a little jump shot, and that one falls short. Quartercracks with a quick outlet. McElligott turns and banks it in.
Wow. Incredible job to keep your composure and body control while making that spin move and able to finish. Acrobatic finish to an acrobatic play.
So timeout on the floor after that with 5:32 remaining here in the first half. 24-13 is the score. And you're right, that's the kind of play that you take a timeout after right there. If that happens against your team, you need just to take a breather and regroup.
Yeah, and that was a good job by, I believe that was Cammie who got the rebound, able to throw it over all of the defenders to McElligott, who was waiting at half court for that pass. Able to take it all the way down, and we'll see it here. What a beautiful spin move to be able to beat the defender. She's got a big smile on her face. She's having fun, and this entire Hawks team is having fun as they got a 10-point lead, or excuse me, a 11-point lead right now. Can't do math.
It's after hours. Don't worry about it.
It is.
Licking Valley's going to see if they can answer it all here after that play. The pressure by Hartley. Old Thomas throws that one out of bounds, but it went off of Quartercracks. Maybe a little bit of luck right there as Carly Redfern will inbound. Alexa Thomas just looks frustrated with herself after throwing that one away. But she gets it back. And
you could see Donald Dennis, coach for the Hawks, was not happy with that call. He thought it went off one of the Panthers himself, but that's not the way it went.
Shot for three from the right side. No good. Brandaway pulls it down. That's a great quick outlet to Lexi Cashwell. And Cashwell with the bounce pass. And Kiki hits it again.
And that's what they've been doing this entire game, is coming in, getting that, that'll be an offensive foul there. They're playing fast pace, and once they get these defensive rebounds, they want to be able to beat the Panthers down the floor. And as we can see, that transition game is really benefiting the Hawks right now.
Well, I told you, Alexa Thomas looked just disturbed on that previous play and that out-of-bounds play. And then she just got completely frustrated because she was trapped and she had nowhere to go, and she just threw that elbow and took the foul. Now, if you're on the other side of that and you see that player that's that frustrated, you're near them every time they get the ball, right?
Exactly, because if you're able to disrupt them and aggravate them this early in the game with 4:40 left in the second quarter, you can only imagine what it will be like for the rest of the game.
Melena Williams, great job. Didn't shoot the three, just put it down on the floor and picks up two.
It was a great job by the Hawks offense to continue to move the ball around and find that high percentage shot.
It looked as though they want to get that ball in the hands of Alexa Thomas, and didn't have a passing lane to be able to do that. Here's a shot for three, a deep three, and that's an air ball that's picked off by Cashwell. She hustles down the floor and we wind up getting a whistle.
Looks like Lexi was carrying the ball a little too far when she was moving the ball down the floor.
Ella Brandaway checks out of the game. Melena Williams with a steal, loops it ahead. Cashwell wants it. She's got it. She's got 2 points. Her first points of the quarter, and a 30-second timeout is being taken.
And it's all of these transition points have really started on the defensive side of the ball. They're pressing up into the faces of the Lady Panthers for Licking Valley. They're disrupting them, they're aggravating them, they're forcing turnovers, and because of that, they're able to move the ball quickly down the floor and get these easy layups.
So the game plan is going well for the Hartley Hawks to this point. Just under 4 minutes to go in the first half of this game. See where Donald Dennis is staying. You know, he's rotating players here, Seth, but Shania Davis hasn't come into the game. Morgan Donnelly was in very briefly. You know, it's a short bench right at the moment here, but they're getting production.
Well, all of these kids are more in shape than I am, so they're able to play as hard as they can and have that depth to be able to sub in and out and get quick breaks.
Foul by Kiki McElligott. That is her first and the second for Hartley, and to the line goes Alexa Thomas. Alexa Thomas hits the first one. Brandaway will check in for quarter cracks.
Another for Thomas.
That shot off the back of the rim. Cashwell had the rebound. Lost it, but Bella Parker is there to pick it up for Hartley. She is trapped, and a timeout comes from the bench. It's a good timeout. Donald Dennis recognized that quickly and knew to keep possession. That was the best way to do it.
Yeah, no point in having a turnover right there for the Hartley Hawks. Is just take a short 30-second timeout to be able to regroup and get position to be able to capitalize.
Boy, one thing both of these teams are doing is that pressure up the floor, right? They're both using the press. They're both trying to force mistakes. So there's very little time that you can relax out there. You don't even relax bringing the ball up the floor because you better be moving it.
Well, and what we had said earlier during the pregame for Licking Valley is they play typically 5 guards, and typically when you do that, that's more initiative for you guys to press and be up in the faces and try and cause more turnovers, because guards are, they can be very picky when it comes to the defensive side of the ball, and they like to get those steals.
Cashwell got it over to Bella Parker, back into that corner. McElligott, will she take a shot? She doesn't have that shot right now. Trying to create some room. She'll take it from the middle, and it's off the back of the rim, no good. And Brandaway last touched it before it went out of bounds.
And if you're Coach Dennis, one of the things that you have to be aggravated about that possession was that stayed on the right side of the floor the entire time. Milena Williams was open on the left wing, and it seems like they didn't even look her way, but it looks like the Panthers played a 2-3 zone that time down.
Kick into the corner. Here comes a shot for 3. That is off the rim, no good. Brandaway pulls down the rebound. Milena Williams is involved this time. She'll set up the play. Parker chucks it all the way across to the right wing side. McElligott, that went off the rim, and then it went out of bounds.
And that was a good look, good offensive play. You found McElligott with the cross-court pass, who was open for the 3, but just wasn't able to knock it down.
McElligott, good defense there, and good in the way that she didn't commit a foul. Here comes Thomas in with a shot that finds its way in.
It looks like Alexa Thomas is trying to take matters into her own hands this game.
Bella Parker's shot no good. Cashwell had the rebound for only a second. Forcefully got knocked out of her hands, and Bella Parker trying to strip from behind and knocked it out of bounds. 30-16 in favor of Bishop Hartley. 2:14 remaining here in the first half. Alexa Thomas drives in, wants to put up the shot, had it stripped away. Quarter cracks, pulls it down.
Good job by Brandaway to get her hands in there and get all ball, not having to reach across the defender to foul.
And a good job on the other side by Brandaway as she gets that layup. There's Hartley putting the pressure on, and a timeout has to be called by Licking Valley. And I'll tell you what, Dwayne Wood wasn't happy about that at all, and Carly Redfern knows it. There is no question about that.
Yeah, just made the mistake of, in that press, picking up your dribble. And that can be one of the things that will haunt you if you have the ball in a press and you're being trapped along the sideline. You do not want to pick up that ball. And as we just seen, that double team come and apply that pressure and forcing Coach Dwayne Wood to have to use a timeout. And I'm sure he's used more than what he has wanted to in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, no question. And with 1:48 left here in the first half, his team is down by 16. And this OHSAA girls basketball tournament game, second round action here. Both these teams vying for a chance to continue to play on. Trying to listen into that Hartley huddle just for a second there. Talking about try not to overdo anything. Just right. It's patience. It's all about patience. You're in a great spot here, up by 16 points.
Exactly. There's no need to force anything right now. You have the lead. You just have to make sure that you capitalize. And if you're Licking Valley, you're playing a pretty good team right now, against a pretty good game against a pretty good team. If you're able to limit the turnovers and capitalize more on offense, they could be right back in this game.
Driving is White, and there is a foul. And that's going to be Milena Williams.
That's going to be her second foul, and only the Bishop Hartley's third team foul. So Licking Valley has 5 team fouls right now, so both teams are doing very well of not making silly fouls and, of getting this game to free throws.
Good patience by White. She'll take the 3 and hits it. Kylie White, her second three-pointer of the game.
Yeah, she has a great-looking shot. She was able to knock down that one, too.
Brandewey quickly gets it over to Parker. She faked the 3, but we've got an injury on the floor.
Looks like that might be Kylie White.
Right after she hit that big 3, goes down the floor and didn't see what happened there. It was away from the ball. That is.
Looks like she might be holding her around her stomach. Might have took a shot to the gut or something. Maybe coming off of a off-ball screen or something. Not sure what happened there. Possibly knocked the wind out of her, but hope she's all right.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's what it appears. That she had the wind knocked out of her, and yeah, she goes back to the bench under her own power. I think we'll see her back in this game before long here.
Yeah. And that's the thing about athletes. No injury will ever stop them.
Yeah. If it does, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
You know it's bad.
Yes.
Right? Bella Parker will do the inbounding for Hartley. McElligott back to Parker. All the way across for Cashwell. Does a good job to go up, climb the ladder, and bring that ball down. Pass to Quartercrack, spins away from the initial pressure, draws a crowd, and the pass is off the fingertips of Ella Brandewey.
Brandewey was doing everything she could down there to get position, but every time she went block to block, there was always 2 defenders around her, so they weren't able to get it to her as soon as they wanted to. And when they did, it was just a little too tall for the tall Ella Brandewey.
Now Licking Valley. Tori Mooney hands it off, and Carly Redfern to Emily Redfern. Trying to get it inside, and the bounce pass is intercepted by Brandewey. Gives to Quartercrack. She'll take it all the way to the basket.
On number 2, Bella Parker.
Bella Parker gets called for a foul. Just 8.7 seconds left here in the first half of this game. Alexa Thomas, dish it on the right side. Bounce pass. They're running out of time and don't get the shot. Put up.
At the half, the Hawks team is 34.
So Bishop Hartley controlled that first half exactly how they wanted to, and they've got themselves a 15-point lead as we get to the break here, Seth. And for Hartley, there's not many adjustments you have to make for the second half. Just come out and continue to run the game that you've played so far.
Yeah, as you said, there's not much that you do have to change. They obviously had set up a game plan coming into the game that they have been capitalizing on, and it's been working effectively, and there's not much to change. Like I said, for Licking Valley, they're playing a pretty good game. If they can just limit their turnovers, they could easily be right back in this game. It is only a 15-point deficit right now, but you know, if you could limit those turnovers, it could easily be single digits. So should be interesting to see what adjustments Licking Valley makes coming into the second half. But credit Bishop Hartley also on the defensive side. You know, their defensive intensity and defensive pressure is what has caused those turnovers. And if they can continue to do that coming into the second half, then they should come out of here with a victory.
Leading point getter for Bishop Hartley through the first half of this game is Cammie Quartercrack. She's got 10. And Kiki McElrath has 8 so far in this game. They are the top 2 scorers for Bishop Hartley. It's been more slim pickings, if you will, for Licking Valley. Their points leader is Alexa Thomas, and she has I take that back. That is, she is not the points leader. She does have 5, but the points leader is Kylie White, who has 6 points through the first 2 quarters of this game. So, again, there's a lot of disparity there between the two teams and, the big point scorers. But, again, as you said, it's about making adjustments for Licking Valley. They have to bury more shots in the second half of this game. In the turnovers, they've turned the ball over a lot in the first half.
Yeah, they have. And when they're able to get into the lane and be able to penetrate and get around the basket, they're doing a good job of getting some shots up, even with Brandywee surrounding them. And they've actually had a couple offensive rebounds and second chance points. If you're able to get those second chance points, you got to be able to capitalize on them.
Yeah. Great point. You absolutely have to do that. So we'll see what adjustments they make at the half and how they can come out and get more competitive in this game in the second half of it. 34-19, Hartley has the lead. We are at halftime here at Dick Geyer Gymnasium at Bishop Hartley High School, and this is OHSAA Girls Basketball Tournament action on the Score on Air Network.
In sports, you want to have a player that can get the job done right every time. A real all-star, somebody that's dependable and you can turn to when the game is tough. That player in the audio-video industry is the theater people. From setting up your home's Wi-Fi network and offices, conference rooms, to setting up home theater inside or outside, to setting up the systems to make your home run smarter and safer as well. The theater people can do it all with the quality of professionalism you can expect every single time. That isn't just a great all-around player. That is an all-star. That is why we are the leaders in audiovisual installation in Central Ohio. So call us at 614-604-6327 or check out our website at ttpcolumbus.com to figure out which products will fit you. And don't forget, amplify your personality with the theater.
Coming to you on February 28th, a new journalism series brought to you exclusively by Score on Air staff and students. Tune in via Facebook or YouTube to witness the first episode of Score 30. In our first show, take a look as we sit down with Savannah Holderby, a young and successful female wrestler. But she's not the only one. The rise of women in wrestling has more than doubled in the last decade. We discuss why. We also take you behind the scenes of the state-of-the-art Chieftain Center located in the small town of Logan, Ohio, as well as interviews with the people in the community who made it all possible. Score 30, presented to you by Score on Air.
I just wanted to play.
I just want to play. I just want to play. I just want to play.
Play.
Play. Along the way, I'm learning
Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship. Teamwork.
Teamwork.
How to work hard.
How to work hard. Discipline.
Hustle.
Sacrifice.
How to be a leader.
Dedication.
I just want to play.
And along the way, I'm learning to put the team before myself.
To put the team before myself. How to be a student.
How to be a student.
I'm learning to set a good example.
How to work hard.
To accept responsibility.
That I represent my community.
That I represent my community.
I just wanted to play, and look where it took me.
She's done it! Tiana Bartoletta has done it! From Elyria, Ohio, now an Olympic gold medalist.
The year was 1907. The Cubs won the World Series and the Ford Model R hit the assembly line. While here in Ohio, school administrators came together to form the Ohio High School Athletic Association. One thing that hasn't changed since 1907 is the dedication of the OHSAA to education-based athletics in Ohio. School sports teach responsibility, sportsmanship, and life lessons that stay with students long after their playing days are over. The OHSAA seeks to prepare students not for the next level of sport, but for the next level of life.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Ohio. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I mean, I don't totally know what opioids are, but...
It doesn't happen here.
Not in denial.
No.
Our kids are way too busy.
My son has good friends.
Don't live in denial, Ohio.
Talk to your kids about drugs, and they'll be up to 50% less likely to use them.
Well, yeah, there's some old prescription pills, but my son's a good kid. He's not going to look for them.
2/3 of teens who abuse opioids get them from friends and family. Don't live in denial, Ohio. Dispose of your leftover pills.
Have you always dreamed about a career in sports broadcasting but aren't sure where to begin? Well, if so, then look no further than the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. Whether in front of the camera, on the microphone, or behind the scenes, you'll learn from a pro to be a pro in the Sports Emphasis program at the Ohio Media School. You'll get hands-on training and live in-the-field experience at some of Ohio's biggest sporting events. You'll be the star of your very own webcast, and you'll get the opportunity to interview some of Ohio's biggest athletes. Call us today at 614-655-5250 or visit our website at beonair.com.
Do you have design ideas for t-shirts but you're not sure where to go? Go to Mojo Sports Gear. That's right, Mojo Sports Gear. At Mojo Sports Gear, you can get custom-made shirts. Whatever design you need, Mojo Sports Gear can provide it. Don't forget to grab a custom-made cap on your way out and rock the best headgear in the game. Give them a call at 614-864-6656. That's 614-864-6656.
In sports, you want to have a player that can get the job done right every time. A real all-star, somebody that's dependable and you can turn to when the game is tough. That player in the audio-video industry is the theater people. From setting up your home's Wi-Fi network and offices, conference rooms, to setting up home theater inside or outside, to setting up the systems to make your home run smarter and safer as well. The theater people can do it all with the quality of professionalism you can expect every single time. That isn't just a great all-around player, that is an all-star. That is why we are the leaders in audiovisual installation in Central Ohio. So call us at 614-604-6327 or check out our website at ttpcolumbus.com to figure out which products will fit you. And don't forget, amplify your personality with the theater.
Coming to you on February 28th,
back here at
a new
Dick Dyer
journalism
Gymnasium where the number 2 seed Bishop Hartley Hawks have a 34-19 lead over the number 7 Licking Valley Panthers. And ladies and gentlemen, everyone here at Ohio Media School wants to make sure you amplify your personality with the theater people. They can help with your entire home setup of entertainment or networking and security. Call 614-604-6327 or visit thetheaterpeople.com to build your dream home entertainment system.
I would also like to tell you that this game between Licking Valley and Bishop Hartley is being broadcast through the cooperation of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. The Ohio High School Athletic Association is a voluntary, nonprofit educational organization through which member schools work cooperatively to adopt the standards and regulations that guide their interscholastic activities. The upholding of these standards and the adherence to the regulations helps to provide more wholesome and educationally worthwhile activities for student athletes grades 7 through 12. Schools participating in tonight's contest consider interscholastic athletics an integral part of the education program and primarily for the purpose of making better men and women out of their students. Unless it accomplishes this, it cannot be justified in the high school program. Tonight's tournament game is one of many being played throughout the state. Leading to the state championship, the OHSAA reserves all broadcasting rights to postseason tournament games. Second half underway here. And driving for Licking Valley is Thomas, kicks it out front, and that is a shot for 2 off the hand of Emily Redford.
Nice opening possession by Licking Valley there. Didn't rush anything, was able to drive and kick out and find Redfern open for the wide open shot.
Kind of a 2-on-1 down low there, and Thomas tried to get back into that play late, but Brandewee took the hit and made the basket.
Good strong finish by Brandewee there.
There's a shot for 3, and that one is no good. Cammie Quartercracks had the rebound and then gets shoved from behind, and that foul is going to go on Tori Mooney. That'll be the first foul of the second half for Licking Valley. Kiki McElrath 8 points in that first half. Tammy Quartercracks, who led the team in the first half, gets the basket here. She's got 12 on the night.
And again, another strong finish by Bishop Hartley Hawks on the inside, as Alexa Thomas was right there in front of her, but Tammy Quartercracks able to use her strength to be able to finish.
Licking Valley looked like they were going to shoot a three. Now do, and it's off the rim. Lexi Cashwell stays with it. Alexa Thomas giving her pressure, but she got through that. Now Thomas trying to trap Milena Williams. Milena, great concentration to get across the timeline.
Oh, my goodness.
Goes coast to coast.
Oh, my goodness. The ball handling right there by Milena Williams with two defenders on her basically from three-quarters court all the way to the basket and was able to finish.
McElligott puts that one in. And back the other way is Thomas. You can see, you just see it on her face, Seth. She wants to get her team back into this game. She'll do it all herself if she has to.
Yeah, and you love to see it if you're Coach Wood for Licking Valley. Is you love to have a player like that on your team who is always competitive from start to finish, doesn't give up. And like you said, Alexa Thomas is going to do anything she can to get her team back into this game.
Cami Quartercracks picks up a foul over the back. And Licking Valley cannot tiptoe the far line. Going out of bounds was Carly Redfern. Lady Panthers drop back in defense. And they looked like they were going to be playing good defense there, but the Hawks are able to get it back. Williams to Brandewie, looking for Quartercracks. Kick it out to Cashwell. That one's no good. Brandewie with a good offensive rebound. Draws the foul, and she'll go to the line for two.
Not much Sayatovich could do there with Brandewie down low, as Brandewie has the obvious size advantage. Is able to get that offensive rebound and hopefully convert on these second chance points.
Ella is 2 for 2 from the line so far. Ooh. Hit the front of the rim as that one bounced out. Ella's second shot is good. She now has 9 points in this game. Stays Licking Valley ball.
And who else but Lexi Cashwell bringing the defensive intensity for this Hawks team.
Sayatovich inbounds it to Thomas. Thomas throws it back and Cashwell intercepts. And Cashwell got that shot blocked. That was great effort by Emily Redfern to hustle back into that play defensively and get there to get a hand on the ball.
Yeah, good job not to give up on the play. Good job getting back on defense.
Williams inbounds. Brandewie using that height, but she couldn't get that hook shot to go.
And she knew.
Double dribble. Shania Davis comes in for the first time tonight, and Helena Williams take a breather, as will Cami Quartercracks with Bella Parker back in. Cashwell to inbound. Throws it out front. McElligott. Bella Parker faked the three, puts it on the floor, give to Cashwell. Drives the lane, kicks it over to Davis, and she goes into the stands trying to keep it in bounds, but can't.
It looks like Cashwell kind of lost control of the ball. She was getting ready to pass it to Davis, and ends up being a turnover for the Hawks.
Alexa Thomas back across the court. Emily Redfern, and the shot from Mooney is off the rim, no good. McElligott lofts it ahead. Cashwell was calling for it. She's got it. She had it almost knocked away. Davis has it. Shania driving the baseline, bounce it to Cashwell, and a jump ball will be called. And this is going to stay Hartley basketball.
Hartley ball on the alternating possession.
McElligott flips it ahead. Brandewey pulls it down in a crowd of three. Her shot's no good, and Thomas has the rebound for Licking Valley. Alexa Thomas driving, opts to take it herself, and draws the foul. Shania Davis on the foul there. She got on the arm. Alexa Thomas is at the line, and she is 1 for 2 from the foul line in this game. Quarter Cracks and Williams will come back in. Brandeway and Cashwell come out. Thomas ready to shoot her second free throw. That one is no good. McElligott gets that. She is trapped and get a quick whistle there and a foul. So Thomas, a little bit too physical there. She draws the foul.
Yeah, but you like to see that. That shows that your defense is still fighting in this game and trying to battle and cause these turnovers.
Kick it to the corner. Davis, shot for three. No good. Quarter Cracks with the offensive rebound. She puts it up and in.
Being in the right spot at the right time, was able to get that offensive rebound as that fell right to her.
Alexa Thomas with a pass that was too high for Tori Mooney. Hartley up 45-24 here. 3:45 left in the third quarter. Davis gives to Parker. Bella Parker hands it off to Melena Williams. She just drives it to the lane, loops at the Quarter Cracks. Cammie's shot is good.
3 defenders on her, and she was still able to finish. Good, strong move.
Bella Parker tipped away that pass, but it goes out of bounds. Bounce pass into Alexa Thomas. Thomas gets it over to Emily Redfern. Over to Tori Mooney, back to Redfern. Looked like she wanted to shoot three, but McElligott stopped that from happening. Put it back on the floor. Right now, Licking Valley can't find anything to do with it, so they just throw it up. What a play there by Sophia Crabtree.
Wow. Great finish with the defender all over her, able to get the, look like the floater up and in.
Quarter Cracks answers quickly. She's got 8 points in this quarter and 18 in the game.
Yeah, she's playing lights out right now.
Shot for three, no good, and here comes Hartley up the floor. Bella Parker, she had so much time that she made a mistake. All she had to do was catch that ball, put it on the floor one time, and she could have laid it up and in.
Might have thought about going up for the dunk, and that got stuck in her mind and caused all kinds of mayhem in her head.
Sometimes too much time is worse than not enough.
Yep.
I think that was a good indicator of it. Pass out of Thomas's reach. Shania Davis over to McElligott. She'll shoot three and good.
Great looking shot there by McElligott.
Oh, Thomas gets around some pressure. Bounce pass down low, and that's one of the better plays that Licking Valley has come up with tonight. Cassie Orr gets the basket. Lexi Cashwell tried to answer quickly. Couldn't on the first try and can't on the second try either. Well, there's a lot of physical play under that basket.
This is what tournament basketball looks like.
Get it down to Orr again. Kicks it out to Crabtree. In the lane. Shot is up off the back of the rim. No good. Quarter Cracks pulls down the rebound. We've got a foul call. And that is going to be on Crabtree. That'll be her second. And that is the fourth for Licking Valley. And Cammie Quartercracks will come out of the game and take a breather.
Been very productive for this Hawks offense this entire game. As you know, we thought Brandewie was going to be able to do what she did last week, using her size as an advantage to be able to get the points, but instead it's Cammie Quartercrack stepping up tonight. And that's one of the good things about this team is it can be anybody.
Bella Parker with three.
As I said, it can be anybody.
It can be, but when you have that 1-2 punch of Brandaway and Quartercracks, that's a couple of pretty good weapons that other teams don't have. Great job by Licking Valley to keep that ball in bounds, and Cassie Orr picks up another basket. She's got 6 points now.
Yeah, that was Tori Mooney who didn't give up on the play, was able to save that ball as Brandewie is able to knock down the hook shot.
That was great concentration by Ella that time. She didn't hurry it. She took her time. She made the right play. That was a picture-perfect play, and here's another one. Bella Parker finishes.
Was not going to mess that layup up this time.
No, she was not. Lexi Cashwell started that play. Bella Parker finished. Shot for three from the corner. That one falls short. Crabtree and McElrath go after the ball. Whistle, jump ball, and it is going to point in favor of Licking Valley. Morgan Donnelly is going to come into the game for Lexi Cashwell. Well, now we've seen pretty much all the regulars rotate in for Hartley. Morgan Donnelly played a little bit right at the end of the first half. She gets back in there now. Here's the inbounds pass and a shot for three. That's no good. Brandaway pulls down the rebound. She's trying to create room for herself, and she does. That was great effort.
Yeah, good job not to swing the elbows to make contact, but swing the elbows to create space.
There she is again, and she will finish offensively. And that is the final shot of the third quarter. Bishop Hartley adding to their lead. And as the play gets more physical, they are more into the game. 3 quarters in the books. It's the Lady Hawks 61, the Lady Panthers of Licking Valley 30. And this is OHSAA Girls Basketball Tournament action on the Score on Air Network.
Coming to you on February 28th, a new journalism series brought to you exclusively by Score on Air staff and students. Tune in via Facebook or YouTube to witness the first episode of Score 30. In our first show, take a look as we sit down with Savannah Holderby, a young and successful female wrestler. But she's not the only one. The rise of women in wrestling has more than doubled in the last decade. We discuss why. We also take you behind the scenes of the state-of-the-art Chieftain Center located in the small town of Logan, Ohio, as well as interviews with the people in the community who made it all possible. Score 30, presented to you by Score on Air.
Back here at Dick Geyer Gymnasium, where Bishop Hartley has a 61-30 lead over Licking Valley. And be sure to stay tuned after today's contest for the Mojo Sports Gear Player of the Game. For all your custom apparel needs, give Mojo Sports Gear a call at 614-864-6656 or visit their website at mojosportsgear.com. 3 quarters in the books, Bob McElligott.
3 quarters in the books, and Hartley doing exactly what they want to do in this game. Controlling it, getting a lot of people involved in it. Facing some defensive pressure in this game, working on breaking it. Bella Parker's pass just a little bit too much for Brandaway. Good job by Morgan Donnelly to get it back. Shania Davis catches that, drives the baseline, off the rim, no good, gets her own rebound. How about another try? It's good.
Good job by Davis not giving up on the play.
Well, if you're going to miss a shot, you love to get that rebound.
Absolutely.
Right back in your hands with nobody around you.
Absolutely.
There's Crabtree. Oh, that is an in-your-face block. And Morgan Donnelly can go up the floor and easily put that one in. Crabtree handing it off to Carly Redfern Ball is up and no good. Follow-up chance is short. Brandewie pulls down the rebound again. A 2-on-0. Bella Parker, thank you very much. And a timeout, without question, a timeout is going to be called by Licking Valley right here.
Yeah, that's 2 possessions in a row where the Hawks have gotten a defensive rebound and just threw it over all 5 of the Lady Panthers that were still on their side of the floor.
Well, coming out of this timeout, we should be at running clock here because it's more than 35-point differential. It's 37 right now. So
that is the ruling, correct? 35 points?
That is the ruling, and Hartley had that. They achieved that point total, more than that point total in their win over Utica in their first game. And now they have secured it here in the second game. So when we come out of this timeout and that clock starts to run, especially if Hartley's able to put up some more points here, then that time's going to run off fast for Licking Valley.
And it'll be tough as they're down 37 right now. It's tough to get back in this game, especially with a running clock that's not on your side.
So Licking Valley will do the inbounding. Alexa Thomas.
It's like Bishop Hartley's in a 1-3-1 zone here.
Thomas gets it down low, and Orr gets fouled. McElligott gets called for the foul. That is her second, team's third in the half. And yes, that clock does continue to run, as we said. First shot by Cassie Orr is no good. That one's no good either. Bella Parker gets the rebound. Parker will slow things down, set up the offense. McElligott tries to split the defense, and we'll get a foul. That's going to go on that's going to go on Emily Redfern. That is her first. Now Donald Dennis is going to go to his bench a little bit here in a moment at the next stoppage. He's already got Rebecca LeMay ready to check in. Morgan Donnelly with a shot for 3.
That was such a good-looking shot. It looked like it was going in right when it left her hand.
Licking Valley trying to answer, and they do. And that is Tori Mooney.
Tori Mooney's been one of their three-point specialists. She's been shooting them all game. Hasn't got them to fall in the second and third quarter, but she's able to get that one to fall.
Sophia Crabtree could not hold on to the ball, and now Brandewie checks out. Ella will take a seat. Rebecca LeMay is in the game, and a timeout is called by Bishop Hartley. This will be a full timeout. 70-33. The Lady Hawks have built a big lead here, and they have just been methodical about the way that they have done it tonight.
What a great word, methodical. It's what they had planned coming into this game since they beat Utica last week. I'm sure that this is what Donald Dennis had been planning over the last 5 days or so. And one of the key things that they've done is they've came in and they have capitalized on doing it. They've been able to run the ball up the floor quickly. That transition offense has been really sensational tonight from the Bishop Hartley Hawks. As we've seen Brandewie a couple times just pull down a defensive rebound, turn, and just throw it to the other end of the quarter to half court, and they've been able to get some easy points that way. And also on the defensive side of the ball, they've caused problems for Licking Valley as Licking Valley has had the ball on offense and causing turnovers and and also capitalizing and getting points off of those turnovers.
Shania Davis trying to take that running shot and goes off the rim, no good. Alexa Thomas To the corner, shot for three, no good, but it fell short, got put back up and in by Cassie Orr.
Great pass by Tori Mooney. Great pass.
McElligott dribbles through the defense, gives to Shania Davis. Kiki McElligott will try for three, off the rim, no good, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul. That's going to be on LeMay. That'll be her first. Fourth team foul for Bishop Hartley in the second half. Alexa Thomas, knowing that being a senior, this is her last game, and she's been very intense in this game. She's done a lot of good things for her team. Tori Mooney hits another three. And now we get a jump ball called, and it's going to be Licking Valley ball.
Unfortunately, at some time your time does have to come to an end when it comes to high school sports, and I'm sure that she's had a great career. I don't have any of her statistics or anything in front of me, but from what I've seen here tonight is she's really been the heart and soul of this team throughout the season and really giving it her all the way down to the end here.
That three ball is no good, and it's going to stay Licking Valley ball as it goes out of bounds. Under 3 minutes to play. Sophia Crabtree will do the inbounding. Thomas bounces it back. Give it to Crabtree. She'll take a shot for three. No good. Thomas with a rebound. Can't get it to fall, but on the third opportunity, Cassie Orr finishes. Galrath able to spin away from that trap. Bella Parker, she'll take a shot for three, nothing but net.
She's really came alive on the offensive side of the ball this second half.
Yeah, 10 points in the second half and a turnover by Licking Valley. And now we'll get a couple more subs here as Emery Minnick comes into the game and Riley Fitzpatrick is now in for the Hawks. So it's the second straight playoff game where everybody on the roster gets into the game. Minnick on the inbounds, finds Shania Davis. Morgan Donnelly pulls up, gets it down to Fitzpatrick. Over to Minnick, went off her hand. She does a great job to get it back. Davis will shoot for three, and that's off the rim, no good. Rebound is pulled down by Licking Valley. Alexa Thomas, outlet pass up the right wing side, and taking it toward the basket before getting fouled is Emily Redfern. Morgan Donnelly gets called for the foul. That is her first and the team's fifth here in the second half.
And as you had said, for Bishop Hartley, doing a wholesale sub, basically bringing in Rebecca LeMay, Riley Fitzpatrick, and Emery Minnick. All we need is for Minnick, Fitzpatrick, and LeMay to score, and that'll be 2 games in a row where everybody on the roster has scored.
Kenzie Osborne has checked into this game along with Riley Dunlap for Licking Valley. Second shot was good. Only 37 seconds remains, and it will be Hartley basketball. Shania Davis will inbound it. Morgan Donnelly in the lane, gets knocked away. Alexa Thomas, she wants those points. Won't get it on that shot, unfortunately. Cassie Orr couldn't add any. And it does go out of bounds, and it's going to be Hartley basketball, but they won't need to inbound it again. Thanks to the running clock, this one comes to an end, and the Lady Hawks of Bishop Hartley advance in the state tournament. 73-41 is the final score in this one. Seth, again, as we talked about here, another dominating performance by Bishop Hartley.
Yeah, and it all started on the defensive side of the ball, causing turnovers, causing Licking Valley to turn the ball over, and their transition offense. As we had said, there were times where Branda Wee would just pull down a defensive rebound, just turn and chuck it down the floor. And there was a couple Hartley Hawks that were down there waiting for the pass as no one from Licking Valley was starting to get back. And we see as Licking Valley coaches Dwayne Wood is talking with his team, and the girls are giving each other hugs, especially to the senior Alexa Thomas, Emily Redfern, who, gave everything that they had this game, but it just wasn't enough for the strong Hartley Hawks.
No, it wasn't enough for the Hawks because they brought their A game here, and they came to play, and they played extremely well. Let's start with Licking Valley when it comes to the points that they had tonight. And again, they were fairly spread out on those points. But Cassie Orr wound up with 10 on the night. Carly Redfern had 3. Tori Mooney, she had a couple of threes in that fourth quarter, finished with 9 in the game. Kylie White had 6 points, and she never did come back into the game after that injury she suffered.
No,
now that I think about it, did she, Seth?
No, and maybe Licking Valley knew that they were out, or maybe it was significant where she didn't feel good enough to come back and play in the game. But nonetheless, great observation.
So we get by her, and let's do the rest of them here. Alexa Thomas finishes with 6 points. I take that back. She finishes with 8 points in this game. Then you have Emily Redfern had 3. Sophia Crabtree had 2. When it comes to the Hawks, Bella Parker, you mentioned she really came to life in the second half. She had 10 of her 12 in the second half of this game. Just 2 points by Shania Davis today. It was a big night for Ella Brandewie. Once again, she had 13 points in this one. Kiki McElrath, ironically, she was red hot throughout the game, and she got none in the fourth quarter, but she finishes with 13 overall. Then you've got Lexi Cashwell. She had 4 points tonight. Melena Williams wound up with 6. Then you had Cammie Quartercrack. She had the ball all night long. She had 18 points, and Morgan Donnelly finished with 5. So there were a couple of surprises there for me, Seth. As I said, McElrath only had she had the 13 points, but she didn't have any in the fourth quarter. She was out there, and she was still taking shots. But Lexi Cashwell, Melena Williams combined 10 points tonight, but the contributions they made defensively were very big in this game.
Well, and that's what they've done all year. Lexi Cashwell and Melena Williams have been known that when you watch them play, their defensive intensity and pressure to cause turnovers and cause havoc on the defensive side of the ball is what they're good at. And if that's what they're good at, you're going to put them in those situations where they can benefit you. And Donald Dennis knows what he has with those two girls whenever they're out on the floor.
All right, time now for our Mojo Sports Gear player of the game, and I don't think there's any question Cammie Quartercracks gets that honor tonight. She took the first ball down the court within seconds, got the first 2 points of this game. 2 of her 18. She was dominant tonight.
Yeah, she was. And we had talked about at the beginning of the game that we expected Ella Brandewie to do the same thing that she did last week against Utica, using her size to the advantage. And Bishop Hartley had gotten the ball to her. They were looking in her direction. There were a few times Brandewie wasn't able to finish around the basket. However, whenever Cammie Quartercracks got the ball around the basket, she was able to finish. And as we said, finishing up with those 18 points, really doing all of her work, not only on the offensive side of the ball, but defensive as well. She also was applying pressure, causing turnovers, and helped lead Bishop Hartley to this victory tonight.
Yes, she did, and she is our Mojo Sports Gear player of the game tonight. So Hartley is going to take on the winner of Heath and Lakewood. Heath had the lead in that game at halftime. So that is the next opponent for the Lady Hawks of Bishop Hartley. So both the teams here at Hartley survive in the playoffs this week. The boys won yesterday. The girls win today, and both move on to play for more. And it's going to be fun to see how far they go, especially this team, Seth, because this team's got a lot of talent. They are the 2 seed. I'll be interested to see as the competition ramps up how long they stay in it, I think they can compete for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about last week where going against a team like Utica is a kind of game where you have to make sure that you work on and capitalize on certain things, so that way when you come into a more tightly contested game, it was a little more competitive tonight with Licking Valley coming in here to Dick Geyer Gymnasium. But as you said, the competition is going to get stronger and stronger as the games go on, and the execution is going to be one of the biggest things.
Execution, that's how you win games, and the Lady Hawks executed very well tonight. So that's going to do it from Dick Geyer Gymnasium. The Lady Hawks advance as they beat Licking Valley 73-41, the final score. You've been watching OHSAA girls basketball. It's the state tournament, and it's been right here on Score on Air Network.